Alrighty, I'm in for the earth signs. Left off on a little bit of a without started the water signs, didn't get around to the rest of the signs. So these are spiritual readings for to continue past the water here. Okay, so I'm Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in that order. This is what I'm doing. Spiritual readings. Here we go for the week. Well, this is going to span over the week for the Pisces. Kind of had them 2 weeks ahead. So here we go. We're catching up with theirs. So the first is the Taurus. Here we go. First card on the spiritual side. We have 9, knowledge. So let me tap in. Okay. I feel like the guy's ready to point his finger. Knowledge trying to be infused into the Taurus is what I get this week. We're trying to get some knowledge, intuitive as well, into the Taurus this week. Something's being pushed from outside of them to them for them to learn here is what I'm getting. Next card. 7 of air. Okay, the book of knowledge, there it is. So give me a moment. They are taking in. Now, some of this might be what I didn't get from the first card is some of this might be self-propelled knowledge, meaning the Taurus is looking into things here to gain knowledge. This may be in the self-help, but I'm feeling that's what this is coming. That energy of outside to inside is self-help knowledge. I feel like the knowledge that they're tapping into might even be an employment or skill that they want to learn to go forward with. So I feel like the Taurus is kind of on 2 different wavelengths getting infused with stuff. One they want to do and the other maybe not so much. But it is for their highest good. I feel like this is the universe, the energy is trying to get us intuitively to look into something, research something that they are not doing on their own. And in the meantime, the Taurus is kind of going and doing their own thing. So it's almost like I don't know if these will be infused or not. But nonetheless, I feel like the Taurus are on a train where they're starting to listen to their instincts. So it should not be missed. But the next card, 16, is destiny. I feel like that's the knowledge that they are imparting on themselves. They're going, what do I want to do? What is it with my life? Where do I want to go? This is what, and how does it pertain to my destiny? This is the knowledge that they're taking forth, that they're looking, that they're thinking about, looking into. I feel like the knowledge from the universe is more along the lines of helping them on an internal level with maybe emotional issues that are above and beyond knowledge of, if we're talking about career or things that we're interested in here. And I'm getting our destiny at this time is something we're trying to bite our teeth into. We're trying to gain knowledge in order to do that. Universally, there's some more baggage here that needs to be dealt with, is really what I'm getting. So on top of the knowledge, as we dive into the chakra cards, we get 1, the magician. This is interesting because this is, again, the knowledge that the universe wants to impart to us. Yeah, and this is the knowledge we're taking. We're looking straight ahead, and the universe is kind of going in a certain direction. So it feels like we're not in cahoots, but we're going to come across it no less because it's part of our path. The magician, he's giving the wand of action, right? She's got the swords, the cups, everything is sitting there. She's got access to everything. All the tools are there. She just has to pick one and go with it, or he. And the sense here is that the universe trying to give you those tools from a deeper part, from an emotional sense, I think. Yeah. Now, on top of the 7, because the magician is about having all the tools. All we just need to do is to go forward and walk into it, and because it's all in there. We're equipped. And I feel like the Taurus may not feel equipped. The universe has been at them for a while. They're going. It's not just that we're now getting intuitive. We've been at this for a while. We know The universe knows they keep shooting it because there may be a sense of avoidance here in our work or in other areas. And the Magician, yeah, very much goes with the energy workup I just did in the Infinity Room. But nonetheless, the Magician has the tools. They have the skills to go forward. They just need to take them and do so. Now, on the 7 here of air, where we're talking about things we want to do, things we're investing in, we get the 8 of Cups. That's interesting. Because the 8 of Cups is about leaving things behind. It's about leaving things that we have built a lot of work in. And again, I'm getting career driven here. Things we've put a lot of work and effort in. It's not fulfilling. So we're taking off and moving in another direction. Again, we may have instinctively been led in this direction, but because of all the work that we've put in, we don't want to abandon. But the sense is here, it's not fulfilling, so we kind of need to go in a direction. And because of this, we're going to learn what we need to learn to go in this new direction. That's what I feel like this card encompasses, the direction that we want to go, because we're feeling that it is our destiny here. May have some Tauruses have learned something here, but finding it not fulfilling. Now, on the Destiny card, what do we get there? We get the 9 of Swords. Yeah, that's the stress. Where is our destiny? How do we get there? And what if we invested so much time in something else and it doesn't make us happy? This is where they're sitting. There's a lot of stress and anxiety about all the work we've put in, all the time, the effort, and now we got to do it all over again. They're going, that's okay. We got the tools. We just really need to find our happy, right? So as we move on into the Wisdom card, see what they put. Again, on the Magician, which is the wisdom, we have the internal wisdom here. We may have had it all along, but we may not have been listening to our instinct enough to get out while we were, what's the word? Before it was too late, and now we feel it's too late, but we realize it's not fitting, it's not suiting us. Okay, so on top of that energy of the Magician, we have conclusions. What do you know? So again, universal, this is something that's highly driven. We knew from our instinct something here needed to come to an end. We were putting effort into something. There was an empty victory, and we didn't quite get the victory we wanted. We didn't feel fulfilled. So, abandoning is what seems to be happening here. Now on the 8 of Cups, again, a lot of work and effort is put forth here, but there's a sense pushing behind that is a knowledge, learning new ways. It may be, the new ways may be that, yeah, this isn't what I wanted. This isn't sufficing. It's not what is fulfilling. Okay. Now on top of that, my cards are starting to wear here. 8 of Cups. On top of that, we have the meditation card. Now, a sense of needing to be still with our thoughts long enough to figure this out. Now, the Taurus is usually quite steady and sturdy in this, but the sense is the clear mind. They're going. That's the problem. Is the clear mind. We're not clearing our mind enough without, again, influences from others. And this may have been something. Maybe it was an influence from others, not quite fulfilled us. We've learned that lesson now, so now we're going to go and think about things that fulfill us. We need to be still in the mind and get to that place where we know wholeheartedly, we concluded something here. Where do we want the next chapter to start? Meditation is going to help you do that more clearly. We need to clean the mind out in order to, like they're going, the debris of the mind is really confusing us in this way, creating stress and anxiety. So what do we get on that? Yeah, the fragment is, there's a sense of not being able to get to that place of stillness, that place of, we're just fragmenting the mind. Now give me a minute here. There's a lot of guilt here is what they're saying. The conclusion, we just guilt-ridden, and we can't forgive ourselves for that. We may have to do this, and there's a sense of it's torn between our last chapter and our new chapter, and they're going, well, we just look to the new chapter. At a certain point, we have to give up that energy, and they're going, we have in our heart given up. but our mental mindscape is just going back, and they're going, why? There's no heart ties. We need to go forward. So this is where we're at here. Now we're going to move into the above and below cards. The below, which talks about the grounded reality. Where are we at in reality? This is in our mind, a lot of this stuff that's going on. So the first card here, we have the Six of Cups. No, that's on top of the conclusion. There's a sense of joy here. The Six of Cups could be about children, and it can also be about the joy of life and being fulfilled, right? This is about being happy-go-lucky with children in our lives to bring us the happiness that unbridled is what they said. So there's a sense here we may have given something up, and it has given us a sense of relief to the point where we truly can let that happiness in. It was a burden on us, is the sense that I'm getting. This could be, it could also be that there's things in the past that we realize that we can bring forward. You know, it's almost like somebody's just studied something and, you know, but in our past, there's things there that we can bring forth that made us happy, and we can revive that. That's the sense I'm getting as well. Now, on top of this meditation card, we have the Six of Wands, and that is about climbing the mountain to get to the top of victory and success. We're climbing our way up there. And the meditation card behind it, all that energy is basically saying we're getting to a point where we can clear our mind. We're striving and we're making progress in ways that are slowly getting us to a place where we can. I feel like for the Taurus, it's really quieting the mind so that we can let our strength come through, because there's just so much clutter in there. And the sense is that we're very close to figuring that out, coming to a point where we deal with that successfully, this kind of thing. So that's good. May happen in this week, or it may be, you know, a process that happens over the next few weeks. Now the fragmenting, which comes from the energy of stress, anxiety. Of course, it's going to fragment. Also about our destiny, like we're stressed out. We want to know what it is so we can get in there, get moving, get going. On top of that, we get 20, the Judgment card, which is, about hearing messages. This card, I had to look it up a few readings back, and it's like about receiving messages. She's got a shrine there. It's kind of like almost in prayer, right? To bring in, to be in a zone where we can bring in the messages, and they're going, we're almost there. We're almost to a point where we can get still enough, where we can receive the messages and highly discern them. I feel like the discernment is the problem, because we got all these things going from left to right, but we don't know which opinion to listen to. This is within our own selves, not opinions outside. I think the Taurus has come to a point here where we realize we got to listen to our own selves. But which one, right? It's so fragmented. We got from left to right. We got tons of options here, and we just don't know which one. And I think we're getting closer to realizing that, closer to understanding what's instinct, what's not, and closer to victory because of this. Okay. Now the above cards on the Six of Cups, it can be about past. It also emanates joy here. We get the elemental of earth. What do you know? Now this guy's kind of resting. I am going to look him up. Yeah. The elemental of earth. So okay, my glasses. He's kind of just sitting there chilling, right? Taking it in. The light's shining on him, so he's kind of just warming in the sun by himself. Sun and kind of like in darkness. The earth bears a sure sign of prosperity, abundance, and manifestation. Yeah, the sense is if we gain control of our inner world, be calm, quiet, the composure, the meditative state, the quietening of the mind, brings us to a point where we can decipher what is instinct, what's not. And as soon as we figure that out, we go and we get into our manifestation phase, where we get more opportunities in the way of finding where our true destiny lies, right? Because this is really what's stressing us out, is we need to find our destiny. I feel like Taurus is kind of like, I don't know what it is, blah, 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 blah. And they're not really able to quiet the mind enough to search there. And they're going, that's where it's lying and that's where it's hidden, because they're not quieting the mind. So, for some, it may be as easy as literally taking yourself out of the family and going to a place of solitude, whether it's 5 minutes of being alone in the basement or 5 minutes being alone in the woods or whatever, something to take you out of your ordinary and get you a place where you're ready to receive is really what I'm getting here. So on top of that 6, again, gaining victory, we're slowly gaining strength in the way of clearing our mind out so we can hear what's right and wrong here. We get the Maiden of Water, and what do you know? She's about emotions. So it may be that some of us have turned our emotions off, and that is the key point here. If we shut our emotions down, we cannot get there from there. Like we can't. It's like a bridge that we need to get over water. We need our emotions intact in order to calm, because they do emote to us. And if we shut our emotions down, we block ourselves from feeling that which could clear us up. So there's a sense of this here. Bridge of emotion seems to be something that the Taurus needs over this time, is to open up their emotions and feel. And this may be in the healing arts as well. So on 20, on Judgment, again, looking for that inner voice, outer voice, like the voice of reason that is supposed to come through to the temple of self. We're waiting for those signals. Yeah, that we're having a hard time narrowing down. We get the 4 of Air. Now this is interesting to me, because this tells me what the block is. Because that is like the darkness, right? This guy's walking through the dark, and there's all these angels. There's I don't know if you can see it. There's a black cat here, and there's a crow there, and there's a guy here, all of it. They're all affecting all of these things to get in touch with the Taurus. I feel like the universe is really trying to give you signals through cats, through crows, maybe through little things in the universe, little things. They're trying to open up in little ways. Why? Because we may be afraid of the big ways. So they may be stepping you up slowly, right? Because we have an emotional barrier here. And it may not only be that we shut down emotionally to our outside world, but it may be that that spiritual world as well, we may be in fear of. So that's a huge emotion that blocks and locks things out. So the sense I get here is there is fear of the unknown. So that's what they're trying to tippy toe here. I feel like the universe trying to tippy toe, kind of serve them little plates here and there, just to get them used to it so that they can blow their mind in a better way. And why the manifestation phase is ready to come for these Taurus, but emotionally they may be a little scattered, a little scared, really, because these cards can look back to fear as well, fragmenting, blocking off. So it's got to spurt out in other directions, stress, right? And it's all about our destiny. Interesting. But there's a sense that Taurus is going to go in there and ask. They're going to ask, and they're waiting to receive the messages. Messages are coming in. This is what it's saying. This is the above card. So this is the universe speaking here. The universe is saying, we're ready to manifest. We've got the tools. We just need to not be in fear and not hide ourselves away. We got to open our emotional center so we're ready to receive. We got to be in joy of this, not in fear, right? And there's things in the darkness, the magic, but there's nothing to be feared because it's all controlled by, and the more that we fear, the more we introduce negative. So we don't want to do that. So they're in the phase here, I think the Taurus is, of opening up to, getting rid of fear and starting to open up to the better joy of it. They're starting to be joyful when they see these little signs of a cat walking their path, whatever, right? Because are you going to think it's a bad thing, or are you going to think it's a good thing? Because if you walk and you think it's a good thing, then you'll have good things. then you'll look for good things and they'll show up for you. If you think it's a bad thing, you're going to look for bad things that are going to show up for you. So this is the training. And of course, the Taurus is going through. We're training them to not be in fear of the magic that can happen in the universe because it's wanting to come through. So they're asking for things, they're getting things, but there's still a little bit of fear left. Okay, so the universal card here, planetary, what do we get for this week for the Taurus? Sun in Scorpio talks about passion. Passionate, intense, or mysterious phase. What do you know? 8 is the number here. Passion. Oh, they're dancing. No, give me a minute. Passion or mysterious phase. And the sense that really sticks out to me is the mystery, because we're in fear of that, right? And they're going, no, let it open you up in this way. Let it open you in a great, wonderful way where we're not in fear, because this is where the great things happen, right? And again, the Taurus has amazing manifesting tools, so this is all good, great, and groovy. And it's the sun, so it's beaming at you. They're beaming the passion. They want you to dip into your passion. They want you to indulge in your passion and to not be afraid of any of the mysteries that come, the secrets, the synchronicities, any of that. Don't be in fear of it, because it's there to lead you down that passionate road. Well, next card, lovers. There are 2 paths ahead. Be true to yourself. For some, we might be having a choice here in the loving direction. It's interesting that the joy is coming through to this lovers. So there may be some single Taurans here that are in a position where we can pick and choose. 2 paths. Be true to yourself. Make sure you choose what you want for the reasons, right, of deep reasons of passion, right? Depth is what I'm getting. Look deep, more deeper than we have in the past. Don't be superficial with it. Go forward and, make the right decision. The passion has to be there. And the surrender card is surrender, procrastination. It's time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. So there you go. Don't procrastinate. If there's a choice of lovers, make the decision based on passion and, a deeper sense. I feel like we may know instinctively there's, flags here or whatever. So go in that direction and see what you find. There's really great stuff for the passion still. I think, last week's reading was on the passionate end there. I did the videos in the Infinity Room and they're quite heated. So it's passing over. It's still carrying on for some. And again, procrastination may be something you're dealing with at this time. So beware of that. Okay, that is the Taurus reading of the week. Alrighty, I gotta write down the number. 2315. Okay. Virgo is next here. First card for Virgo. Put these cards away. In the spiritual side, first card is integrity. 23. Okay, Virgo, we got our wisdom, bearing all. Sense I'm getting is a vulnerability here. Integrity is kind of being swept away. There's some wisdom we got, but I feel like we're looking outward to something. Yeah, we have a knowledge base on here, but I got to go further. Okay, next card. Wow. 8. I feel like I want to read this. Just give me a minute. 8 of fire. Action, change, transformation, transmutation, rebirth, freedom, renewed purpose, and joy. Yeah, action. That's the thing here. There's some kind of action we want to take. wisdom we have about the direction we want to go, but there's a sense of, because they're making me feel the nakedness in a way of being vulnerable, right? To someone or something. Now, there's an action we want to take. I'm going to go forward. What's the next one? Oh, yeah. 9 of Earth. Okay, this is about love and compassion. Offerings forward. I always have to zoom in because you can never see it. In the dish, there's a little snake feeding from the, right? So she's like Mother Earth feeding the snake, going, here, being compassionate, being feeding into that. Just give me a minute. There's some action we want to take in a direction, no doubt. We're very compassionate about it, but very gentle feeling of wanting to go forward, okay? But yet, in doing so, there's feelings of being quite vulnerable is what I'm getting. Now, it's interesting, the Panther, they're going, but don't forget about the Panther. So that shows a big charge from the inside here. Because it's overlooking. The Owl of Wisdom, we have all the knowledge we need to make a decision to go forward here. The Panther or the Jaguar is like that powerful being that will go forward. But the woman is the vulnerability holding us back, they said. And the action that needs to be taken. There's something here about someone we're either invested in or looking towards that we feel very gentle and caring about, that some kind of a, can be a love thing, absolutely. That we need to go forward. We want to go forward compassionately, but we've not yet made a move, okay, is the sense I'm getting. Now, the chakra cards, on top of this integrity, I feel it's vulnerability. Cross it out and get vulnerability. We get the 3 of Wands. That is, yeah, the beginning stages of going forward towards something. We have 2 Wands behind us. We've built up, and we want to go forward again, not moving. No sense of movement, but action is ahead of them, which is interesting. It's almost like the universe is pushing them to act, but there's a sense of vulnerability here. I'm not going to act. I'm just going to watch for now. There's a sense of not taking action, okay? Now, on top of the action card, we get the Knight of Coins, which is, what do you know? He's a slow mover. He'll go forward, but very slowly. He's on his way to stability. There's something here. I feel like the stability is what the Virgo has to offer forward. I feel like they are very steadfast in that, like they know they are of worth. They have a lot of worth to offer. This is part of that knowledge that the owl imparts. I know my worth, and I know I've got a lot to offer, and da-da-da. But still, the direction that they want to go forward here. On top of the compassion card here, where we are gently going forward to offer something, we get the Strength card. Yeah, somebody here is very much focused on someone or something, gaining it in the future. And very gently going forward, slowly, methodically, da-da-da. And because of this, they are gaining strength in this direction because they are at a slow pace. And not only that, they're using their compassion in the best way forward, including their higher instinct, maybe highly guided in this way to do this, whether it's in or out of character for this. I feel like the Virgo, obviously being an earth sign, he's going to move a little slower, but I feel like he kind of wants to jump over this, but he also knows more from the knowledge base. He's got to stay true to this instinct in order to pull things off. So again, this is gaining him strength by kind of pulling back a little bit. Now, the wisdom cards on the Three of Wands, we have complicated. Wow. 11. Okay, this denotes this may be a soul mate union type thing or having to do with that. I don't feel it's work here. I feel it's focused on a person. The vulnerability you feel is just not something you'd get from a work or job scenario. So there's complications here. There may be a sense of somebody trying to work through either being in a relationship or getting out of one, or working towards someone who's being in a relationship or getting out of one. Okay, on top of the Knight of Coins, again, the slow movement to take action. We have the Grove, sorry. Groove. All right. Okay, the Grove. That is about healing. So this is what is slowing this man down. There's a sense here that needing to heal things on deeper levels. Time needs to pass in order for this to happen. And this is why this man is not taking action. Because there's a sense of healing that is felt on a deep level that needs to slow things down in order. Because this man is not only concerned with his material wealth, but his inner wealth as well. He knows it's not up to par. And this is what he's taken the time to do, which is good. And I'm getting a masculine here, obviously. So then the compassion and the strength. We're gaining strength going forward in our compassion at a reduced rate than we normally would. We get choices. Yeah, okay. So really what's going on here is we may have some choices within this. Now, this may be one person or multiple people that we're choosing, or the way that we go forward, black or white, is kind of like positive or negative, or how we're dealing to look. Just yeah, the sense here is they're going, that goes back to the Grove card, which is about healing. Healing from what? Could be a past relationship that we had, okay, that has filtered some thought processes through, and how we deal forward is good or bad with this person. Now, because we are being compassionate, we are may not have been dealt this card in the past, is the sense I'm getting from the Virgo. They're having to heal from not getting compassion themselves from things in the past. The Strength card comes as they move forward and deal in compassion, even though they never got it themselves. This is gaining them strength to heal from all of these things that were in our past. And then it's bringing about choices that need to be made from there. Yeah, I'm going to clear these out. They were getting quite sticky. Okay. Actually, no, I'm going to leave these three. So it was complicated. Yeah, sure. Everything's complicated. Okay. And then the Grove, the healing that wants to come forth. Yeah, we got that. Now, and then the 46 is the choices that need to be made. Okay. I feel like I need to push those. Okay. So on the earth, on the ground earth, complicated. What do we get there? We get the Ace of Wands. Yeah, there's a complication that leads us to not want to take action, not want, kind of prevent us from being excited, prevent us from, even though there's exciting news and things that are abound, there's a sense of a complication around it that prevents us from truly dipping into this, what I'm getting. Grove, again, the healing is part of that process. What do we get there? We get the Magician. Yeah, so healing, we got all the tools to heal. We may even be healed. Being extra cautious is what they're saying. Not wrong with that, I guess, to a high degree. Look at that energy go back. 2 aces here, eh? Give me a moment. Because this one's dealing strictly with the flamage, right? The fire. And this one's got fire, but we're dealing with the ethers. Things that can't be seen. There's something significant about that. I feel like yeah, we're not wanting to get our fingers burnt again is the thing. May have had this in the past, and it is seductive. at this point in time, but we're trying to make more out of it. Okay. So again, yeah, we're trying to heal, and we've got everything we need to heal, so we're going to move forward. Now, again, that water, they're making that stand out like 90. So again, the emotional field, maybe that's the frontier we haven't, that we feel we need to go, but they're going, we have it all. We've got our, we've got all our things in line. Now, 46 about the choices. What do we get? Queen of Cups. This may be the object of your affections. For the women, it may be King of Cups. There's a sense to this card, right, of dealing with, like, this man is helping her deal with her sadness, whatever it may be. These things that have brought us down. There's a new beginning here. It wants to open up. There's strength here to do so, but an emotional process here that is creating a choice where we have to make to go forward or stay back, or this kind of thing. So it might be in an in-between phase is really what I'm getting here for the Virgo. So those are below cards. Adventure and excitement wants to awaken. We have the tools to go, but there's stuff here, debris that needs to be dealt with. Okay, the above cards, Two of Fire, goes on top of that. So that's the ace. This would be the two. Interesting. My book. Below, above. The Two of Fire. Give me a minute. Is Mercury talking about, and we are in retrograde of that, by the way. Communication, something that must be expressed, said, or heard. Now, this is under the complication, so this may be something that the Virgo is holding back. Something that needs to be said that creates a complication that just is emotionally hard to deal with. This is torturous for us, is what I'm getting. Yeah, and we are in retrograde, so I don't feel that coming out until mid, I don't know, whenever it's over. Or at all, they said. It may not come out. Okay. From their mouth, really. So whatever that is and however, okay? So, yeah, that's about Mercury, and that's about communication. And a sense of moving forward and communicate. So on the Magician there, this is the grove, sorry. Where we're in healing. The Magician gives you all the strength and all the tools to do so. What do we get on there? We get the Nine of Fire. I'll go there. 9 is Pluto, logical conclusion to a situation of an inevitable events. I feel very highly that thing he's got in his hand there that's lit up. It's like either that's the thing that needs to be communicated, or that's the thing that is creating complication. I feel like it revolves around this. This thing weighs heavy on either the relationship decision or whatnot. And I feel like this is I don't know if it's being communicated, but it's something that it will create an inevitable decision. I feel like that coming into the relationship or the situation is going to create, okay, let's go on to the Queen of Cups. Again, that could be dealing with a water sign of Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Or in the way of dealing with emotions, we may be highly in this way of having to deal. That may be, yeah, I feel like this person has that information and they're holding it kind of hostage. And they know that there's something that it's going to affect, and they can't get past that. Okay. The choice is like there's, yeah, a decision maybe to say or not to say, but I feel like over this time it's not going to be said. On top of there, we have the Mother of Air, and I'm going to read this one. That is about dream times and those things. We may get answers from our dream time, giving us hints as to how to deal with this in some kind of way. Give me a minute here. Yeah, divine guidance given to a calm, peaceful, and receptive mind. There's something about the thought process here trying to tell us, again, intuitiveness. Are we, because there's a sense like almost like this, there's something that wants to come forth, whether it's from the Virgo to someone else or a secret or a thing, something that wants to come forth. And there's a sense here of being illuminated to things, meaning getting intuitive nudges in a direction that we need to maybe follow. Okay. Okay, I don't know. This is a very kind of cryptic reading, this one. For the Virgo, it's like they're holding on to something that could... They're not giving me the end game here. They're not giving me the emotion of what this secret, how it's going to affect. They're not giving me that, negative or positive. But they are saying that there's, whatever it is, there's hints and things swirling around us, whether it's in our dream time, our imagination, or just like we may be getting clairvoyant nudges, seeing pictures of things, of what to do or how to, that we kind of need to follow. That is what they're saying. So however that works out, it may work out for different people in different ways. So planetary aspect for the Virgo for this week, freedom and adventure, right? Because where did we get that? That was in here. Adventure, wasn't it? Oh, somewhere. It was back here, I think. Yeah. Freedom and adventure. That's the Ace of Wands. It's like that. It's exciting new prospects. Moon in Sagittarius, about discovery. So, and it's what? 21, which breaks down to 3 discoveries. Yeah. This may even be a discovery to them, something that they discover through their instinct about the direction that they want to go here, about their emotional, what's making them emotional. Like it might be a discovery that helps them make this choice. Okay. Whew, okay. So Moon in Sagittarius, the Moon is about, secretive things that are under wraps until they are no longer. Like, again, your instinct, right? The Moon would be very much your instinct, things that are under wraps until you bring it forward and unwrap it. Then it becomes exposed. After the Moon comes the day. So and the Sagittarius, again, about that adventure and going forward quite, I feel like whatever it is they're on the precipice of, once they get that little bit of nugget of information illuminated, they're really going to go forward quite quickly. It's like take off. Then we're out into space and we're going after whatever it is. And again, this integrity card from the beginning is really speaking to me about feeling vulnerable. So there's somewhere here that we feel vulnerable in a way of going forward. So the fortune card for this week, the Phoenix, be prepared to be renewed after a period of crisis. So again, I was getting highlighted. There was a lot of energy here from past relationships, and it may not be, you may be going from one relationship to another, or one relationship had a phase where things had to die so that we could renew, refresh, go forward. Could be either way. Here, I feel more we're going to something different. We had something, it did not serve us, and now we're going forward. And the thing here is, I feel from the Virgo so much is that it's very much something they're keeping to themselves, not going outward and exposing too much. And it may be, this may be the discovery, is that we got to kind of go forward and expose that and be adventurous in some kind of way. Okay. The surrender card. Surrender to complete healing. Wow. Open fully to loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. And we got essence of that. absolutely through cards here, gaining gaining strength in areas of being compassionate towards other. And I feel like the Virgo, I was going to say the Victor, the Virgo is very much in a point where even though they have not healed, they're starting to go outward in compassion, and that is really what is gaining them strength here to come back from all of it. So they want you to surrender to complete healing. You know, it's kind of like it's there for you. We just have to indulge in it, and a lot of times that is opening up to the emotional centers in order to bleed it out, so we can start new in this new direction that is very we feel very driven to go. Okay, that's Virgo for the week. Wowzers. Okay, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay, 45 in there. Okay, Capricorn. Here we go. Man, one man show. Okay. 5 of air. Ooh. An inability to see is what I really see coming through here. As I see, they don't. And also a removing of the mask. We're removing our masks to unveil something here. We're not completely done the process. We're being highly guided or highly looked upon here for our goodness, our inner goodness. They want that to come out. I feel like the Capricorns are used to putting barriers up on themselves, like the warrior that stands with all the armor. They're used to going outward in that armor quite highly, and this is a part of that kind of crumbling off. I feel like the Capricorns are very much how would you say, I'm trying to use new words here, in defense of others. Okay, next card. Wow. What do you know? Why are they in defense? Because there's fights and struggles that have been ensued here quite highly. Now, give me a moment to... Yeah. There's definitely the inner struggle. On the outward, the Capricorn is trying to come forth and drop all these things they've learned to build up, all this armor that they've learned to put on against others. They're trying to slowly break into that mask they're holding. It's like, okay, I'm going to let go of that brash part of me that holds off the rest of the world. I'm going to break apart that. But the struggle's coming no less. And as they do this, almost like, I don't know, it's almost like the universe just not letting up on them, Capricorns. There's an inner strength here that needs to come forth in its full potential. And I feel like right now it's not there. If she had her mask removed, they'd be at full potential. But there's something here that Capricorn's not seeing about how they either create chaos or chaos is created around them. There's something they need to see about that they're not quite illuminated to, is the sense I'm getting. So this is why it has to do with the fight and struggle that we go outward to others with and others come at us with. There's a sense here not understanding that completely and fully. Next card, Queen of Air, 13. Yeah, the Queen of Air, she's very knowledgeable. She is very, Owl of Wisdom leads the way in this deck. And the sense is here, we are not going to let anything, again, the eyes are distorted. Give me a moment. Yeah, because they're going, the sword of truth pierces the brain, so that it says that our mindset, we know what is right and what is wrong. The eyes have yet to see clearly, but they are removed here where they weren't here. So there's a progress here through seeing how people come unglued around us, or we come unglued around them. This kind of thing is opening up to some degree for the Capricorns to understand it to a higher sense here. Give me a minute. wanting to connect to that. And I think the thing here is we may be creating a mental boundary, not yet prepared to go outward in it. We're mentally preparing ourselves. Okay, this is what I can do. This is what we're really setting the stage. And again, these earth signs are very slow and methodical. So they're going to have it all planned from beginning to end, last page, before they go outward in it. And this is what I'm getting. They have a mental mindscape of what they will and won't put up with, because the Queen of Air has really been through it all. They've been through everything, and now they've learned what they will and won't put up with. But the sense I'm getting from the Capricorn is I can't go outward just yet until I have it perfected. And there's something here I'm not seeing. They know they're not seeing it. It's still creating arguments. So they're going to work on that until they get it perfected. Because the sense is we're just organizing here. We're flying with the Owl of Wisdom over top of this until we get it 100% perfected. Okay. Chakra cards on top of the Five of Air. Again, there's something we're not seeing. We know we're not seeing it, but we're removing our mask and we're trying to adapt and change and evolve here on a spiritual level. Ace of Coins. It might have to do with our way forward, our career. It might have to do with our finances. May have to do with how we earn our money. Finances, yeah. Okay. Now, as we move to the Fight card, the struggle, the inner struggle, I feel like this speaks to Capricorns on internal and external levels. I think on external levels, it deals with past issues. We've had a lot of struggle physically with people, a lot of fights, arguments, quarrels, back and forth. This has been now the internal, or the struggle is internal within themselves. What do I need to fight for? Da, da, da. Am I fighting for the right thing? Da, da, da. And coming to some kind of a balance here and realizing what is the truth. Again, sort of wisdom piercing, meaning that we are connecting to our higher selves and trying to figure out what we want. And then we will go out, and a lot of Capricorns, they fight no matter what. Whether they're involved or not, they fight their way through because they're breaking ground in certain ways. And for the Capricorn in this stage, in this week, they're fighting ground to go into territory that they want to go in. Maybe it may be the first time in their life that they've fought this battle where they're turning tail and fighting for things that they want, not for things that others want. Because the Capricorns can be very defensive and helping others, and they come to a point in their life and they're going, wait, I'm fighting for everybody else, but I haven't fought for myself yet. So this is what they're doing. This is what I'm sensing they're doing. The 5, the fight. What do we get there? The 3 coins. This is interesting because this is the opposites cards, right? And look at how they're kind of. So this would be fighting against someone, and this would be working well with them to create a goal. So are we realizing that in our life we could use a lot less struggle, and instead of working against people, we can start to work with them? It was my last reading of was it the last one or the one before? Capricorn was about getting to a point where we are fighting so much to get to the top that we just don't realize that we've burned all our bridges. So this is them realizing that we don't need to burn bridges. We're going to go back there and fix the bridges that we burned, or from this way forward, not burn bridges. We're just going to mend them and go forward. This kind of a thing, a sense of community of working. Now, I'm getting a lot of coins here, right? I mean, it is the element, but yeah, there's something they're seeing in a career-driven kind of way, or the way that they earn money, finances, period, that is going to get them farther by working with people in order to achieve this, instead of making everyone an enemy, or being, it could be jealousy, as simple as jealousy, or it could be as complicated as, dog eat dog kind of stuff. But the sense here is that the Capricorn has learned a lesson here in not making people enemies and trying to work with them instead of against them. That's really what I'm getting here. This was how they worked against. This is how they're working with. Where they end up, on the Queen of Air, we get the Queen of Cups. What do you know? More compassion and more heart, more understanding of how we're getting a deeper sense of things here from this process. Queen of Air, she's quite, she sits on her throne, and you do not pass unless you have certain wisdom, right? She doesn't put up with any crap. That can come off quite cold, especially when we're fighting with people. But if we work together, we can gain a sense of compassion for those moving forward. But the sense I'm getting here is that the Capricorn is gaining the compassion because they're suddenly looking at things different. It may be in something to do with how they gain their money and finances. There may have literally been someone there in the financial sector that we were going to as an advisor or something that we've turned tails. Instead of working with people that are kind of working against us, we've now worked with someone who's working with us, and it just is less abrasive and more productive, this kind of thing. And it has freed us up in the heart center. Okay. Wisdom cards. What do we get? Ace of Coins, letting go. 22K. Transformation, Ace of Coins. There is something here definitely about the way that we look at money, or the way that we use money, or the way that it controlled our lives. Like the Capricorn can be very money driven. All the earth signs can be very monetarily driven, right? So letting go is, there's a sense here we had to let go of something. And maybe materialism period, may have to let go of gaining all things. Something had to transform here in the way that we earn our money, okay? Or the way that we thought about money, or the way that we deal with money. Now, on the Three of Coins, again, working together with people, we got self-worth. Yeah, of course, that's going to end up, when you work together with people in a caring manner, because all that energy is going back to this working together. When you work together, you will gain your self-worth back. Because if you're a dog eat dog and you just topple over people, and we don't take that into account, our self-worth does get chewed away, and our ego rises because the ego is going to take over. But we really don't understand. Some people don't understand. That's that's disjointed, right? So we don't want to gain in ego. We want to gain in self-worth. And then the ego lowers. We become humble. And we appreciate things more, and we did it. And I feel like this may have been a track that the Capricorn's been on. They trying to gain. I feel like in the sense of trying to gain all their worth financially, they lost their self-worth spiritually, and they're now trying to reverse that. Or they're seeing things that are illuminating them to make changes here. There's a sense of needing to let go of being the king of all things, or queen of all things, and dealing with self-worth in that way. Okay, Queen of Cups. Forbidden. Okay, I'm going to have to read this because there's more here than Queen of Cups. Okay, that's our emotions. Forbidden. I feel instinctively the forbidden here is really about, where's that book? The forbidden is about where the Capricorn used to sit. It is forbidden to show our emotions here because, one, we don't want to seem weak-willed in any way, shape, or form. And two, this may have been something that we thought we couldn't have and still have financial success. We did not feel we could be compassionate and caring and still have financial success, is what I'm getting. Now we'll go here and see what the book says. This one I'm not dealt with too much. It says here, this is a warning. You're about to enter into a situation that will not be easy and could cause you or others pain. So not all doorways are meant to be opened, and not all relationships are good. Not all love is expressed, and not all desires are realized. Right now, I'm saying no to you. And the symbol of forbidden also reminds that although you may feel pain when someone rejects you, this is one of the many ways of protecting you. I may whisper in someone's ear to stay away. It is for the best, even if you don't believe it right now. And this is a symbol to move on and choose another path. So there may be a direction here that they're headed. It's interesting to me because the sense I'm getting is that they're turning a new leaf here. But there's something here that they're going to get rejected from, that is forbidden for them, or they are, something here about this. Okay. It's being, yeah. Okay. We're going to go into the earth energies and see what happens. On top of letting go, first card, 4 cups. Yeah. This is interesting because this is about, not accepting things that are universally given. So there's a sense here, the 3 cups, again, not being full as I see it, but nonetheless, they're there for her, just being kind of relaxed. And there's a 4th cup that is being offered, but no initiative to go forward and take it. Now, on the self-worth, we get the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is about things here. I'm going to go to the book. I'm being driven. Below. Yeah, that's a below. Queen of Swords. The other day, I just had this in a reading for Pisces, was what it was. And it was about, these two look like employee-employer, like an interview, like a job interview at a casual place, where they're getting to know each other, and one person's very happy, the other person's kind of going, okay, do you have this, this, and this? So that's really what I'm getting here. Just Queen of Swords. Okay, I'm going to read verbatim here because there's something in here. Using skills to help someone focus their actions by eliminating unnecessary and highlighting the essential. Eliminate. So, yeah, someone may be helping someone out here is really the sense that I get. And there's an offer on the side that's not being taken. Okay, I don't know if these two are connected, that this is but there's something here about that. So on top of forbidden, we get the Queen of Wands. That's a fire sign. Queen of Wands here. Now, usually what I notice from this card is this woman is like going to put her hand in the fire to get burned. So there's a sense here, either we may want to help someone and going outward to help. It's interesting to me. It's contradictory because this is like going out to help someone to say, don't do that. Don't put your hand in the fire. And then this is almost like the helping. And this is about the rejection. There's something here that's being offered to the Capricorn. They're outright rejecting. Okay. Next one is there's a sense here of wanting to help someone. These two are not the same energy. These two, there's something here about the Queen of Wands. I'm going to go in the book again. Man, a little bit of a... Okay, this was the Queen of Swords. Yes, this was the Queen of Wands. Yes, getting mixed up. Queen of Wands encourages expression of passion within a safe environment. I'm not sure where that sits. But nonetheless, the Capricorn is in amongst working and helping someone and trying to, it's almost like these two cards are together. So we're trying to help someone stay out of the fire, stay on the right side, and then we're rejecting something, okay? So we're go on here. Now, on top of the 4 is things that are being rejected. We have the 8 of Earth. That was about nature and its bounty, right? 8 of Earth. Holy man. This is a puzzle. There's very little limited above. Okay, just give me a minute here. Air creatures, they reach higher, stretch farther, and dream bigger. You are nowhere near your highest potential. Reaching higher and bigger. So something here that we are... I feel like this expands on that energy, that cup. It's like there's something here that's being offered. Either the Capricorn is rejecting it or somebody else is rejecting us. But if we are pursuing that, it is nowhere near our greatest potential. It's nowhere. We need to aim higher. So there may be something in our view that we're trying to get and it's being rejected. And they're going, no, we need to aim higher here. We're not quite hitting the mark. Now, on top of the Queen of Swords energy, again, that's air signs. We have the Wheel of Year. That's the Wheel of Fortune. That is about fate. So somewhere here, we're coming across a fateful meeting with someone that either we help them or they help us. Okay. Change. Logical steps forward. So obviously, right? Now, next, Queen of Wands. What do we got on her? Okay, that's a fire sign. Air, Aries, Leo, Sag. We have air, the Ace of Air. Ace of Air. Give me a moment here. This is about dreams, divine guidance, given to a peaceful and receptive mind. It's almost like we're being tested here with something. Or either we're trying to keep someone from hurting themselves or doing the wrong thing or trying to protect someone, or someone is doing that for us. And there's a sense of rejection in the mix here, whether it's you rejecting someone outward or someone rejecting you, and they're going, that is divine protection. We are being rejected because it is not for us. If it's us rejecting, the other person, it's the same thing. It's not meant for us. And the Ace of Air is about dreams. Pay attention to your dream time, intuition, anything that you get guided is really to lead you in the right way here. That is it. I feel like the Capricorns may be, I don't know if it's a personal issue or outside of personal. It may even be work people that we work with. It could be a job that is being rejected as well. Hey, Randy, how's it going? There's something here I'm not getting a lot of insight on, and the Wheel of Fortune really does tell me that, yes, things are fated so that you can't give them too much. They have to make that decision pretty spontaneously. So there's something like this coming down for the Capricorn this week. It's something that's forbidden from us, and the reason it's forbidden is to protect us. Okay. Now, the planetary card we get for Capricorns is Eclipse in Aries, talking about collaborations. We had that earlier. Boost relationships through teamwork and compromise. Okay, this is bringing it right down to work. There's something here, collaboration at work that's just not meant to go. It's not meant to fit, and it may be we're trying to get a collaboration with someone, like a team player, that is just not getting together, and they're going, trust the divine energy. We don't want to go there. It is not for our highest good. Even though we want to get it, we seek to find it. It's not meant, the disconnect is divine. So go with that. The eclipse is stop and start energy, collaboration. That may be the crux of it. They're going, maybe this, maybe we're looking to connect to something here that's going to be stop and start, stop and start. We won't have a fluid connection here. And I do feel it is in work now with this last card. I feel like this is a work collaboration. If it doesn't match up and it is a rejection, just go with it. It's meant to be. Next card is the Fortune card over the wheel. Speaking of which, Dragonfly. Have confidence during this time of great joy, renewal, and connection to spirit. Yeah, they're really trying to get in here and make you see. Now, again, the Capricorns are highly activated to do things and make things happen. And if it's in the work area, just take a breath, or even in the personal area, take a breath. Things aren't connecting because it's not meant to. Now, the surrender card for, wow, surrender your ego. Cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. Did I not mention humility in this reading? I think I did. The humble place that they need to come from. Surrendering the ego will help you help light your way here, I feel quite highly. And again, partnerships, be careful, because there's a place here that if you're being rejected from a partnership, it is because it is not worthy for you. It is not good enough for you. Boom. This is it. So surrender your ego, because that would be a hard pill to swallow on any level, whether it's through job or a relationship. Like this person rejecting us, well, you know, it may be because it's not meant for us. Whew. Okay, that is that. Whoa, Capricorn. Okay. So that's the earth signs. I'll be in tomorrow to finish off the rest throughout the day. It'll be the air and fire is left in that order. So hopefully, and then if you're not a part of the infinity room, you take a glance in there. See if I can get some musical accompaniment this week, and we'll go from there. Okay, take care, guys. Thanks for coming in, Randy. And I will talk to you, well, tomorrow sometime. Take care.